The regulations stipulate that each association must classify its clubs into different categories based on the extent of each club's expenditure for the training of young players, where the specified category must be reviewed every year. National associations in each confederation are required to divide their clubs in the amount of compensation applicable to the various club categories in each confederation. Each association has to insert the relevant data concerning the categorization of its affiliate clubs into ITMS. Also, the club categorization in ITMS will prevail over any conflicting categorization. In a registration period, each association has to insert the 2 annual registration periods that is fixed for the next calendar year. If the start and end dates of the registration periods for female competitions are different from those concerning male competitions, associations may fix different registration periods for their male and female competitions based on FIFA Circular number 1601. All associations must specify general registration periods irrespective of the status of associations' affiliate clubs of their transfer activity date. According to regulations, the start and end dates of both registration periods and of the season shall be communicated to FIFA through ITMS separately for male and female players, at least 12 months before they come into force. All applicable registrations should be inserted into ITMS up to the 31st December. Regarding the timing of the registration periods for men and women, the first registration period shall begin after the completion of the season and shall normally end before the beginning of the new season. This period may not exceed 12 weeks. The second registration period shall normally occur in the middle of the season and may not exceed 4 weeks. When fixing periods, particular attention should be given to their end date. If the end date is a holiday or non-business day in country, the association will not be able to extend the duration of the relevant registration period to the first subsequent business day if the extension would result in association exceeding the maximum duration of registration periods. If the association does not define registration periods for female competitions, then registration periods identified for male competitions will apply to female competitions. In the event where association does not complete the notification procedure of registration periods in ITMS by the above mentioned deadline, FIFA itself may set the dates of association. Finally, if association wishes to fix separate registration periods for its purely amateur competitions, for example competitions in which only amateurs participate, it has to inform FIFA of the relevant dates by means of written communication. Registration periods for purely amateur competitions cannot be entered into ITMS. Free maximum number of clubs with which a player may be registered and for which the player is eligible to play official matches during one season. The registration of players and the question as to the eligibility of these players to play official matches for their clubs fall under the competence of each association. Attention must be paid to the provisions contained in the regulations which are binding at national level. Each association has responsibility to ensure its own national regulations as well as the provisions of the regulations that are binding at national level. It remains the relevant association responsibility to duly consider the sporting integrity of its competitions. The regulations also state that players may be registered with a maximum of 3 clubs during one season, and during this period they are only eligible to play official matches for 2 clubs. There is also an exception to this rule. A player who is moving between 2 clubs where the seasons identified by the associations overlap may be eligible to play in official matches for a 3rd club during the relevant season, provided the other conditions stipulated in the provision in question have been complied with. In the next clip, some interesting examples are shown how the clubs had been categorized.
flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.